Hey guys, Coach Cayley here now with the departing wide receivers for us. These guys had a great 4 years, and to be honest with you, the guys I hopefully don't tell everybody else, but the guys I miss the most right now of not being able to hang around with is as I started with them when they were freshmen. I was the receivers coach before moving up and doing those things. So these guys I kind of had to work with all the way through, which is awesome for me. So I'll start with them introducing themselves. I'm going to start up top here. It'll be Clark Ewen.
Hi, I'm Clark Ewen from Arlington, Massachusetts, senior wide receiver, and studying electrical and computer engineering here at WPI.
Nice. I'll go right below him here in the backwards hat, Billy Mitchell.
I am Billy Mitchell. I'm from Groton, Mass. I was number 11 and I'm studying management engineering.
Okay. And we'll go Ben Emrick right below me.
What's up? Ben Emrick, number 23, played slot receiver, studied computer science from Windham, New Hampshire.
Nice. And then we'll go down below him, the only guy here on the bottom row, Nic Rossi.
Nic Rossi, number 86, wide receiver from New Jersey. I studied management engineering.
Nice. And we'll go to Brennan Chipman over here.
I'm Brennan Chipman from Middleborough, Massachusetts. I wore number 80, and I was a slot receiver, and I studied civil engineering.
And then we'll round out up top here next to me with Austin Pesce.
Hi, I'm Austin Pesce, number 88. I'm from Monroe, New York, and I study mechanical engineering.
So now what I've asked all the senior guys here is kind of their favorite moment or their memory from this past year. So we'll start with Clark, and then since everybody else said it but you, what number did you wear?
Yeah, I wore 21, which is definitely not a wide receiver number, but still rocked it for the past 3 years. But more for my favorite memory, I think the bowl game for me, the second one, like the last game of the season. I think they just have different atmospheres. We had one our sophomore year too, and I think it's just a great way to kind of cap off the season, especially the greatest season of all time we had this past year.
Yeah, for sure. Can't beat that. Let's go. Billy, what do you got?
Yeah, I kind of agree with Clark. Just, winning the bowl game, and then afterwards, it just kind of getting to enjoy that with, our teammates in the locker room and stuff like that. Kind of 4 years of, we could just kind of relax and celebrate all the success we had that season.
Awesome. Let's go. Ben, are you going to do the same thing, or you got anything different?
I definitely have to agree. That was definitely probably the highlight of the career there. But a similar one from senior year was taking the Transit Trophy home from the RPI game. Definitely going in that as underdogs and coming out in a tough one, and then getting to take that trophy back to the locker room as well. Pretty cool experience.
What about I forget which game exactly was the first time you guys were back there, but what about going back there to return kicks, and it was your younger brother back there too? What about that?
Yeah, definitely. That was a super cool moment as well for us and the whole family and everything, getting to play alongside him. Yeah, really cool moment.
I know it was kind of cool to see that as us as coaches too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right, Nick down here in the bottom, what do you got for your memory?
I'd say definitely the locker room after the bowl game win. But if I have to go one play to start off the season, the long third down versus RPI, we converted. We got into the red zone, set up a field goal for the win. It was a great way to start the season.
Nice. I know for a fact there's a play caller on that one, to be honest with you. I just I said, let's give it a shot, see what happens. And luckily, Jules was able to get it out to you, and you were able to come down with it and make a nice catch and run for us. And Bryce Wade, the hefty lefty, was able to put it through to put us on top, and the defense getting a stop and turnover to kind of seal it for us. Let's go to Chip now. What do you got?
I would choose the bowl game, but everybody else has chose that and after the bowl game. So I'm going to go with, we played in 4 years and we only won our senior year. That Springfield game felt really good to win that game. Come home on the bus. It was a good time.
I gotcha. I know that was a pretty special moment for us too, as an offensive. That was kind of our moment where we were like, hey, we're going to be pretty good this year. I think I think almost every game after, except for one, maybe we had over 50 points. So it was kind of the start of that string. All right, Austin, what do you got?
I would also say Springfield, because that was probably my favorite game, punt returning and also playing wide receiver. And that's where we kind of knew as an offense and pretty much every side of the ball that we were going to kill every team because we just kept moving.
Awesome. I think you would have had a punt return for a touchdown there if you don't slip it. I think like the 5-yard line.
I'm going to say I was in. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. All right, now guys, we'll transition to kind of some I guess some advice that you would leave to the guys who are still on our team, the guys who are going to join us in the fall, and then just anyone in general when they're playing high school football or Pop Warner football, whatever it may be, that might watch this as advice to think about for when they hopefully play college football. We'll go in a weird direction here. Let's start with Bemrick. What do you got?
So advice for people entering WPI or interested in college football in general, I'd say biggest thing is just kind of grind it out, stick it out. Especially freshman year and early on in your career, there's going to be a lot of tough days just with academically with school, early morning lifts, full day of classwork and stuff, and then practice and whatever else after. So there's a lot of tough days for sure. But obviously it's all worth it. Like everyone in this room here, super glad that we stuck it through and now we're boys for life and you have these memories forever. So it makes you a better person, better athlete, better student, all that. So it's definitely worth it when even in the moment it's super tough to get through those long days and whatnot. It's worth going through it.
I like that one. It's a tough one to follow. Billy, what do you got for advice?
I guess my biggest advice would just be kind of, buy in, to the weightlifting, to, the coaching and everything. It doesn't really matter whether you were a superstar in high school or you were kind of didn't make that many big plays. You could have a chance to kind of have a clean slate and, start fresh and, prove how hard worker you are and, just buy in.
Gotcha. Nick, what do you got?
I'd say know how to work when the lights are off. When no one's watching you, make sure you get the work done. A lot of the time, especially with D3, coaches can't be with you, team can't be with you a lot of the time, especially in the summer. Just make sure you're getting your work done. As long as you're grinding in the off season, you're getting your work done, you'll be all right.
Good advice. Clark, what do you got?
Yeah, I think just kind of have fun with whatever role you're in. It's all about kind of the attitude that you take with it, and you kind of got to take the high road and kind of appreciate that you're out there. You're one of not many people that can play a college sport at any level. So just kind of, don't take that for granted and have fun with it.
And then Chippo, what do you got for us?
Yeah, I just think it's important to stick with your friend group, focus hard in the classroom, and just don't do anything stupid, really. Like, it's not worth it, especially at the age you're at the point you're at. Just make sure you're hanging out with the right people and stuff.
I gotcha. Well, thanks, guys, for sitting down with me, and hopefully you guys are staying safe and healthy and having some fun. I know it's a nice day for me around here. Hopefully it is for you guys too, and enjoying yourselves. But stay connected to us and stay connected to the guys still on the team.